And welcome to Mesilla Valley News Sports Podcast. Gino Aragon here with you. Once again, we are out live at the Amador Live Entertainment and Eatery District, out on the patio just outside the Broken Spoke. And, of course, taking a good look over at the Amador Live lawn right over here. It is a gorgeous night, and it is a little bit on the chilly side, but that's okay. We're going to do what we do because, that's just how we get it done. Now, go over some of the quick news that is coming out, and obviously, I'm not going to ignore it. We are going to talk about the Aggie basketball situation and what's been going on with that over the weekend. Just like everybody else, I was surprised to hear about the news about a UNM student getting shot and an MSU student getting shot, and there's the lack of information that was going on this weekend was frustrating, I think, for a lot of people. But some of the other basics have come out, and just today, just a couple of hours ago, they made the announcement that they are not going to be playing the December 3rd game that was scheduled to be played down here in the Pan Am Center. So this year, the Aggies will not play University of New Mexico. So that is one of the things that has come about in the last few hours. Now, I do know that AD Mario Mocha and also Chancellor are going to have a media day tomorrow to go ahead and talk about a lot of things and maybe update and answer some questions. They did do a question and answer, a little Q&A yesterday that was published in the Sun News. And that one, of course, answered a few of the questions that were going on. Some of them they did not know, which were cleared up today, like they will not be playing that game. Greg Heyer is, of course, going to remain the coach. Apparently, there might have been a couple of other students that had broken curfew at that time. And at this point in time, none of the names are being released, and they're not talking about any particular information or details on that because of the NCAA rules that do not allow them to go ahead and talk about those things with students. So that is one of the things. But the basics are that we do know that have been published is that an NMSU student, a basketball player, Peak, was lured out or out to meet a girl on a late Saturday night while they were on a late Friday night while they were there at the game. Apparently there was something to do with them trying to get even for an incident that happened with the football game here. Once again, a lot of those details are not there. I do know that they did arrest 19-year-old Jonathan Smith in connection with that shooting earlier, which is another person that was there. And they did arrest the 17-year-old girl. Once again, they are not giving her name out to go ahead and keep those details. They also cleared up that incident where they said that the NMSU bus got pulled over on the highway. They did not get pulled over. They had actually made arrangements with New Mexico State Police to go ahead and meet at that location so that they can talk. And once again, the investigation is ongoing, so we'll get details as things go along. But I didn't want to ignore it and say that, everything is fine. I'm sure once the investigation goes through, a lot of the answers to some questions will come out. And then, of course, the repercussions that are going to come out there, I'm guessing are going to be pretty stiff, but we'll see exactly what happens. And now, I do know that the Aggies are headed to go ahead and play in the tournament this weekend. So they are going to play, I think, on Friday and Saturday. But the UNM game has been canceled. So the Aggies and the Lobos will not hook it up on the court this year. So that being said, let's go ahead and bring in our guest for today. And a guest, of course, one of my first guests actually on the podcast when we started up again. And that is Eddie Morales from the Sun Bowl. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. And thank you for inviting us again from the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
That's right. The Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
Second oldest bowl game in America. Only behind the Rose Bowl. We are tied with the Sugar Bowl and the Orange Bowl. We were conceived, as some might say, on the same year as the Orange Bowl and the Sugar Bowl. So a few years after the Rose Bowl was created, then came the Sun Bowl, Sugar Bowl, and Orange Bowl. So
yeah, it's been
very proud to be a part of them.
Been a long time and very much a tradition here in the Mesilla Valley and in El Paso and the surrounding areas, I should say. Yes. To get ready for the game. Now,
yeah, I mean,
as I recall, we said that we were not actually doing it on the day that they usually do it, right?
They typically do it on the 31st is our traditional, quote unquote, traditional date This year, the 31st will be the college football playoffs.
Yeah, that's right.
So, we decided to make, we talked with CBS, and we, like last year, we did the same thing to put it the day before the playoffs, because we don't want to go up against the playoffs on TV. And,
Nobody does.
you know what I mean? So we made the decision. We're on Friday, the 30th at noon in Sun Bowl Stadium, El Paso, Texas. Call 915-533-4416. Go to Ticketmaster. That's how you can get your tickets. The ticket sales have been going. We don't find out who's going to play until December the 4th.
Yes, you pointed that out earlier when you first got here. I said, "Who are we playing?" You said, "We don't know until Selection Sunday." Just like everybody else. Yeah.
And we invite everybody to join us over at Selection Sunday. There on December the 4th over in El Paso at Sunland Park, actually.
Oh,
At Sunland Park Racetrack. It's a really nice setup. There's TV screens all over the place, and food, some finger foods to eat, some merchandise to buy. And speaking of merchandise,
I see you bought toys.
I want to give you. This is a hat, as you can see on the screen. It has last year's. These were the teams that were supposed to play in the game.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right. Miami didn't come because of COVID.
Correct.
So we're not able to sell these things because they're not right. So we're giving them away, and we want to give them to people.
I will take that.
Collector's items.
This is a bit of a collector's item, and I do like the fact that it has Tony the Tiger.
And then another little gift for you, because you're a guy of a
hat guy.
You're a hat guy, and you're also with all your setup here. You're an electronics guy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we were talking about all my toys earlier. Yeah,
and we have a charger, a desk charger with the logo on it. So you just plug it into your computer there.
For the wireless
place
charger.
your phone on top, and you charge up your phone there. So that is also yours.
I am all about the toys right here. Thank you.
Again, Friday, December 30th, Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, high noon. A team out of the ACC and a team out of the Pac-12.
Yeah.
And right now, both conferences are doing superb.
There's a lot of teams that are playing well right now, so I guess it's still up in the air.
It's still very much up in the air right now. The front runners out of the Pac-12 will be Oregon State and Washington. Those are the two top ones, but anything can happen. So who knows? We might get UCLA. We might get Utah. Those are also in the mix.
Yeah, that's true.
Think about all those teams. All those teams.
Any one of those teams would be a lot of fun to watch for sure.
Top 25 teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then out of the ACC, it's so wide open still. Anybody from Louisville, Wake Forest, NC State. I could go on for a few more teams, and that's how wide open it is.
Yeah.
And
but like you said, we'll have to wait just like everybody else until we get to Selection Sunday, and then once those teams are narrowed down, then then game is on, as so to speak, because I'm sure that your promotion is going to be in full swing to make sure that you're ready for that game.
Oh yeah, once that day hits, and then the phones, it's so wild. The phones just start ringing and ringing and ringing because people are buying tickets now that they know who's coming to the game. And I would suggest, if you're a local and you're even considering going to the game, just get your tickets now.
Yeah,
because it's a very, very, very far stretch. But even Notre Dame's in the mix still.
Oh, yeah.
And, if they were to just somehow magically show up in our game, it will sell out. And if you're local and you don't buy ahead of time, you're
going to be kind of left out a little bit.
Exactly.
You're going to be kind of left out a little bit.
Exactly.
Let's move in a little bit closer, Eddie.
Yes, sir.
I almost forgot. I know you went for the merch box and moved a little bit there. Now, of course, that would be actually pretty cool, because I do know a few Notre Dame fans that are definitely would be interested in seeing that game. But that, just in general, I know a lot of people that make it a tradition to go out and head out to the Sun Bowl every year, because it's just something to do. They know they're going to get an exciting game. Usually, it's a very odd year if you get a lopsided game or something else like that. So sometimes that can happen, but that happens in sports in general. And this year, I think it's very special because it is on a Friday. I'm not saying that you're not feeling well on that day.
Yeah,
but You know,
I would suggest, asking for that day off now. I mean, we're like 35 days away from game day.
put in that vacation slip, that request for the day off. If you ask for that day off, that's better than asking for the following day or the first off. Yeah. They're like, oh, you want that day? Sure, no problem. We'll give you that day.
It'll be a nice little vacation for anybody who takes that day off and goes to the game because, the 30th, you'll be off. 31st, you recover all day, and then you go out in the nighttime. And then the first, you recover, and then you go back to work after all that.
Yeah, that's a perfect weekend setup. Good job. So, yeah, that just kind of worked out in itself. You can be there on that next day watching the championship game. So,
yeah, most definitely. So, again, you were talking about traditions and being a part of the Sun Bowl Association.
Yeah,
we are very much about traditions, a lot of them. And one of the biggest ones is coming up just in 2 days.
Oh,
it's one of the oldest traditions in all of the borderland region.
Are we talking about the
Sun Bowl Parade?
The Sun Bowl Parade. I knew it.
This is the 86th annual. Wow. 86 years.
86 years they've been walking there.
This is the Glasheen Baez and Inderman Injury Lawyers Sun Bowl Parade.
I'm glad you said that because I was not going to remember all of that.
Yeah, nobody really does unless it's myself or my boss Bernie Olivas. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Again, the parade day starts at 10 a.m. on Montana Avenue between Ochoa Street and Copia Street. They're in the heart of El Paso, Texas. This is one of my funnest events to work. It really is because the people of El Paso are all out there, 200,000 plus on a 3 mile. It's a 3 mile route.
Wow, that's a long parade.
It's a very long parade.
And what I mean, are we expecting to see the same things that we see?
Oh, we got it. This year the theme is Mardi Gras, El Paso style. Okay, so the floats will be themed around Mardi Gras.
Lots of masks.
So, So if you go to our Facebook page, just type in Sun Bowl Association. I put up a photo album today to give a little preview of the different floats that are being made.
Okay. Now you're gonna make me go look.
See, he's now he's interested because he's wondering what is Mardi Gras El Paso style. What does that even mean?
I am curious about.
I know what I mean
because I am familiar with Mardi Gras.
Oh, yeah.
I think most of us are familiar with Mardi Gras.
So if you type
and how
in
that works,
Sun Bowl Association, type in Sun Bowl Association, and you'll see that we have tons of information there. It's our Facebook page.
There it is,
and there you go. We're a nonprofit organization. And, we want people to come and visit us in the borderland region. And part of the borderland region is Las Cruces, New Mexico. Do you know that I actually live here in Las Cruces still?
Yeah.
I do.
You haven't made that move downtown?
I have not made the move yet.
Oh, cool.
And I love it here. So, again, like I said, if you go under photos and photo albums, you can see. There you go.
Okay. Let me get that up so everybody else can kind of see.
So if you're online and you go online to watch this with us, he's gonna go ahead and share our page so that you can see the kind of work that these volunteers start in July.
That is cool.
They start in July, and all these people volunteer to come help out.
There's your Mardi Gras mask.
There you go. Right?
Is that a giant bear?
That looks like it. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out at 10 a.m. on Thursday morning, Thanksgiving morning.
There you go. That's a giant bear.
And I want to know what the rest of it looks like. You know what I mean?
You're getting all these little snippets of what that looks like. So they are in preparation, and all of that, of course. Wow, there's a lot of masks right there. And all of that, of course, is in preparation for this event that is going to happen here in just a couple of days.
Just 2 days away. And, volunteers, we really work off of volunteers. That's how we run this organization. And thankful for all the volunteers who come out year after year. And if you want to become a volunteer, you could become a volunteer. You might be, how? Just go to our website, sunbowl.org. There's a link that says volunteer program. Fill it out. We'll get the email. We'll call you back and see how we can fit for one another.
Yeah. And check out the website, I'm sure, in general, to get general information.
Oh, yeah.
They'll probably have links to tickets and everything.
Everything else. We got our links to everything there. Our ticket prices, our ticket packages for the football game. Information you were giving the news about the New Mexico State Aggies earlier, right? The New Mexico State Aggies are supposed to play in the Sun Bowl basketball tournament.
Yeah.
That'll be coming up on December the 21st and 22nd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a little bit later on in the month.
Yeah, it's later on in the month. So, I asked the committee, they were there having a meeting before I came over here.
Mm-hmm.
I said, hey, we still having a basketball tournament? And they said, we sure are. So hopefully, NMSU and their administration gets that all straightened out, so that.
Well, like I said, when I was talking about the news, right now the only game that's canceled would be the UNM game.
Yeah.
That they just want to make sure that everything is, good between the teams. I think before that. So this year they're not going to play in basketball because it was supposed to be home and then
home and home.
And then or away and away, depending on how you look
Yeah.
at it. And so it was supposed to be that way, and they were pretty close together. So that game itself will not be played, which was scheduled, I believe, for December 3rd. But they are going to continue on with the season, and they are going to continue to play. Now, any repercussions, like I said, that are come out after they investigate everything and they get all the information, that's what I'm sure they'll hear about. Different things that are going to be done, or any disciplinary action that might come about from the whole thing. And I'm sure there's going to be a few of them. But, that's on another note. That's on a whole other thing. That's coming up there. But, the Aggies will be playing in that tournament. As far as I know, it's going forward, and that'll be the Sun Bowl
it's
tournament.
Called the West Star Don Haskins Sun Bowl Invitational. We have all the longest names.
I was going to say.
Because they pay a lot of money to put their name on there.
Okay.
So, again, if
you can't turn down the cash.
If these ones were to give us a lot of money to put on their name on our event, we'll do it.
Yeah, I'm sure. We'll talk to Max later.
There you go. Maybe he wants to become a title sponsor for one of our events over in El Paso.
Yeah, and then you can get the Amador Live Eatery and Entertainment District
go.
right in there.
There you go.
Yeah.
So,
but
awesome.
That's actually good, because I'm sure there's no shortage of people that would love to go be associated with the Sun Bowl. And you've had a number of different sponsors and big name sponsors over
definitely. The years. And one of our current title sponsor for our football game. Is the Kellogg's, and we named it. They said we want to go with Tony the Tiger.
There we go. Oh yeah.
And this is the poster. This is our poster this year. So
that's a sweet looking poster.
As you could see, a lot of history on this side, and the date, and of course our awesome logo there. So
I do like that Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl logo there.
Every year we have meetings, and I'll leave these posters here for everyone.
Awesome.
You guys.
We'll hand those out. Maybe
every year we have meetings with all the other bowl games, and every year, these past few years, everybody's come up to us and tell us that we still have the best, bowl logo in all the bowl business. Well, and there's 44 bowl games.
It is called the Sun Bowl, and normally about that time in December, January, people really appreciate the sun and the warmth that you would have out over here.
Well, and that happens if Miami doesn't come and play.
If Miami doesn't come and play,
because every time they've come,
why would they bring the bad weather with them? I don't understand that. You would have figured Miami
would karma. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
That would be Well, so we're not going to say that we don't want them to come, but
I love working with their media relations group. By the way, all the people that I've worked with over these 7 years that I've been doing this bowl game stuff. I've gotten to work with the best communications directors, PIOs, media relations directors, all that stuff. I've gotten to work with nothing but the best, and I've been very lucky and blessed.
Because that is all part of your job. You are the media relations person. So whenever it has to do with talking to anybody, media, all of the stuff that you're doing right there, I mean, that's got to keep you busy. And this is just one game a year that keeps you busy all year long with all the different things that are going on.
Yeah, most definitely. Again, we do have just the one football game.
Yeah.
But we have many events.
Like the aforementioned Sun Bowl basketball
tournament, parade. Yeah. We put on an adult flag football tournament nowadays.
Oh, really?
And that we give away cash prizes to that.
Do you play?
I don't play that one. No. I would not play.
I would be interested, but right now my knee is telling me, with the cold weather.
They get after They get after it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Again, I spoke about our Facebook page, and if you go on there, you'll see some videos of them, and oh my goodness, they get after it. And again, we give cash prizes. The winner, I think this year's winner was from San Antonio, Texas.
Really?
They traveled in from San Antonio.
Wow, so they traveled in for a flag football game.
That's what we want.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what we want for every event, is to have people travel into El Paso, Texas. Come hang out with us and the awesome people of the Borderland region.
Okay, thank you for bringing it up. I will tell you this: we'll let them go to El Paso for all of your stuff. You just tell them, up north just a little bit. There's some really cool places.
No. Check this out. You have no idea how many times fans, coaches, wives of coaches, families drive up to Mesilla Valley to go and see the plaza. They go, then they'll make the trek up to White Sands.
Yep.
And then they go back on down around. Sometimes I've even heard stories, and people, the families have told me, they'll go all the way to Carlsbad because they want to go to Carlsbad Caverns.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to say that's one of the myths about this area. There have always been people that say that there's nothing to do here in Las Cruces or in the Southwest, or that we can't get any of these big name teams
absurd.
or anything in there because it in particular Las Cruces, because the airport is too far away. And so if you are in any big city, I can guarantee that it's going to probably take you longer than 45 minutes to get to your airport just because of traffic alone. And there are so many different things and so many different places, so many different day trips that you can do just from this hub right here between Las Cruces and El Paso.
Whenever, I used to work for New Mexico State for their athletics department before I took on this bold job. And we used to travel out to, for example, Bakersfield.
Yeah.
There ain't no easy way to get to Bakersfield.
No.
You got to get, we had to drive, and it was a lot harder than it is to get from El Paso to Las Cruces.
Yep.
And again, it's so, how do I put that? I don't know if the word is awesome, funny, or what. But every year we get the naysayers, just like you were talking about. Every year.
Yeah, every year somebody talks about that and says it's just that, and I'm going like, no, you guys just don't. It's there when you look for it. In fact, I was just, had to hide my YouTube page when Eddie came up. No, I just had it up right there while I was just waiting for everything to get started. But I'm a big YouTube fan. I like watching YouTube. I just saw somebody that was a vlogger. She lives in her minivan and spent the day here in Las Cruces just last week.
Yeah.
And I'm going like, I'm watching her going around like, I know that place. I know that place. I know that place. And it was her first time here and talking about it. And, having her get some authentic Mexican food and the whole thing. It's really interesting to see that. And for a lot of people, for a lot of people around the country, this is a very, very unique place. And there's a reoccurring theme that I've talked with a lot of the athletes here. They come here for school, they're coming here for everything else. They fall in love with it. And next thing you know, they're a big part of our community.
Oh, yeah. And that's so awesome to have seen time after time and year after year, and it's so, every year that we get players that come in or administrators or whoever it may be. Oh, I'll pass, whatever, and then the last day or the day of the game or the day after the game, phone calls, texts, emails. Oh my gosh, we can't wait to get back.
Yeah.
Oh, everything was awesome. Everything was great. The people are the best. And then they go on to another bowl game the following year, right?
And they don't get the same thing.
No, and we're getting phone calls, texting. We wish we were back at your bowl game because this is awful, blah, 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 blah. And
not to disparage any other places that might have bowls.
No, but I'm just speaking what happens year after year.
Yeah.
And it's really cool, and I want to make sure to thank the managers here.
Oh, yeah,
give
absolutely.
Them a gift.
Just throw the ball at them and maybe see if they notice.
See if they can catch it.
Yeah.
No. This is again. This was from our 2019 game.
This is the 2019.
Yes, this is our first time we had Tony the Tiger Kellogg's as the sponsor, and so as a thank you to these wonderful people here, I want to go ahead and give this nice football to them and. Just as a thank you for allowing me to come over here and talk about the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl.
That's a good one.
So
that needs a little air, Max.
Yeah, I just got to air it up a little bit, and there you go. You put it up wherever you like, in your office, in at the bar, or whatever.
I grew up going to Sun Bowls.
Oh, you did?
Here, Max. Let's go ahead. We'll get you this right over here. There we go. We should be good to go.
Check.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I grew up going to Sun Bowls.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tell me about one of your memories of the Sun Bowl.
It was always cold.
Wow.
It was really cold.
So you
all the
must have
time.
went in 2010, or you might have gone in 2015.
Yeah, like 89.
89 as well.
Got to go way back. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But I always enjoyed it. It's always a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, again, thank you so much for allowing me to come out here and talk about
Yeah.
Sun Bowl, all things Sun Bowl. And, we've always wanted to start a partnership with more and more business owners and people here in Las Cruces.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. A lot of people like to go down for that one. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
So Max, what do you think about the Amador Live Eatery and Entertainment District Sun Bowl?
Yeah. We could do that. We could do it here.
Yeah,
We could do that Sun Bowl here, man.
Can we? Do we have enough room for the field?
Right.
Let's do a red zone. Let's do a red zone. The whole game's a red zone.
A 5-year-old game or something. You know what I mean? That'll be a good enough size for the kiddos. You know?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. So.
Yeah, that would be good right there. You know, and I'll let you and Eddie work out the amount you have to pay for that sponsor.
Oh my gosh!
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna warn you right now, Max. You're competing with Kellogg money.
Oh, that's a lot. Tony the
right?
Tiger money.
Tony
There
the
you
Tiger
go.
money. It is
That's
the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl
Yep.
that's going on right now. So
Yep.
that's actually pretty cool. And of course, the Sun Bowl parade happening in a couple of days.
Yep.
That's going to be a whole lot of fun.
Thanksgiving morning, 10 a.m.
Tickets are still available, and like you said, get your tickets right now. Get
Yeah.
your tickets. Get your tickets right now. We don't know the teams that are going to be playing until
No.
Selection Sunday, but if you want to get your good seats and just be there for the game, like Max said, you know, there's a lot of memories that go along with a lot of people
Yeah.
that go to the games that are having a whole lot of fun.
Do you have a college football team?
Well, I came to school here, but I grew up in El Paso, and
Oh, wow. So
yeah.
you're like, so I mean, I went to school here, and now I work
Yeah.
in El Paso.
Yeah,
So, I mean, we have some kind of connection there, right?
yeah, and I see that ASU played in this one.
Yeah.
That's where my
Against-
daughter goes
yeah.
now. So,
ASU against Florida State.
yeah, and do they still do the parade down on Montana?
We do. That's what
Oh,
we were
yeah.
just talking about. That'll
Yeah,
be
we were
on-
just
on
talking about the
Thanksgiving
parade on
morning.
It
Thanksgiving
was
morning.
cold memories of that too.
Yeah.
It's cold, man, down on
10
like off
a.m.
Ochoa Street and stuff. man.
All from
Oh,
Ochoa all the
man.
way to Copia.
Oh, yeah,
You
dude.
remember?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
awesome. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
that was fun, man. That was a
Well,
good time.
thank you again, man. I really appreciate it.
The one, let's see, what do I remember for that one parade? It was right after Apollo 13 came out, and you guys had that astronaut. I can't remember his name now. The one that
Was it Neil Armstrong?
No, the one that Tom Hanks played in Apollo 13.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
You
We
know what
have
I'm
the
talking
list
about.
on there on our website. I'll have to look that up
Yeah,
at
I
some
remember
point. And,
that movie had just come out that summer. and
Yeah.
he was like the grand
You-
marshal or whatever of the parade.
Yeah, you've got me on. Normally, I'm really, really good with those
Trivia
movies, and I
question.
love,
Yeah.
and I love Tom Hanks as an actor and
Yeah.
everything else like that. But
I'm
not,
gonna have to
not
look
Buzz,
that up.
not Buzz.
No, I wouldn't buzz.
No.
I-
I'm sorry,
I
that was
can't
Buzz
remember.
Lightyear. That was a whole different movie. My
my
bad. I
Toy
had my
Story.
movie. Yeah, I had my movies confused right there, guys. No, they've had different themes, and
Yeah.
this year's theme, in case you're thinking about heading out there to go check out the parade and relive those memories of those chilly mornings,
Oh yeah.
they've got a Mardi Gras theme parade this year.
Oh really? Wow.
Mardi
Yeah.
Gras El Paso style.
We just took
is what they're
a
calling it.
look at some of the photos of them getting ready for the parade and some of the floats and stuff, and so they do have a giant bear.
Hmm.
So
They're
I'm
gonna
not
do
sure.
it on Mardi Gras.
No, we're doing the parade is on Thanksgiving. It's just the theme of
Oh,
our
theme
par-
of
the
Mar-
theme of the parade
of the
is
parade.
El-
of Mardi Gras.
Yeah,
Oh, that'll
El
be cool.
El Paso style.
El Paso
Yeah.
style.
Oh, that'll
yeah.
be fun.
Yeah.
Lot of
Okay.
fun.
Do they have a giant float with some Chico's tacos just kind of spilling over? And
No, we
everything?
gotta
Come
get
on.
out. We gotta get out there to find out.
I think that would be cool.
We-
That would be El Paso style.
There you
right
go.
there.
Yeah. We got to get out there to find out. So hopefully we see you guys out there on Thursday at 10 a.m. on Montana between Ochoa and Copia.
See, look at this guy's a pro right here, making sure to give out all that information.
Right.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And do you have any really good memories of the game? Like any good games that you remember seeing back then?
Yeah, I mean, just it was always fun to see the teams come in from out of town, and I remember where I grew up, we would see because they always came in like right after Christmas, and they were there for like a week.
Yeah.
Do they still do that? Do
We
they come
do
in?
that. Yep.
And
This
they
year
kinda
they're
toured
coming
around
in
town,
on
and
Christmas again.
I
Yeah.
remember seeing him at several events over the years.
Mm-hmm.
At different things. I think there was like a golf tournament or something that we went to, and they were all at that, like at El Paso Country Club or something.
We used
So
to have a
we
golf
just-
tournament. Yes.
We just really enjoyed it. No, I grew up watching some of the minor stuff with like Tim Hardaway and
Oh yeah.
Jeep Jackson and all those guys, Dave Feidel.
All the legends of
Oh my
UTEP,
gosh,
yeah.
dude. Yeah, that
All
was
the
back when we had
legends of
season
UTEP,
tickets.
yeah.
It was fun.
That's awesome.
Big
That's
years.
awesome.
Big
Yeah.
years.
Well, again, thank you, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate this so much.
Hey,
Yeah.
as
You
long
got
as we
your-
Yeah, I'm gonna hang on to this.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, as long as we got you here, Max.
Yeah.
What's coming up here at the Amador Live? I know that you've got some more live music coming up this weekend.
So yeah, Orlando Madrid is in town.
Mhm.
He's in town from New York. He's kind of our residency jazz guy that the first couple years we opened was always here. And he's been living in New York the last few years, but he's in town
Oh, wow.
for a couple days. So he'll be here Friday night, Saturday night in the Amador. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then Neo's going to be playing tomorrow night out after I think 9:30.
I just saw the Bone Thugs come up. You've got that
Rescheduled.
rescheduled.
Yeah, got them rescheduled. And then, of
Alright.
course, got big New Year's Eve stuff happening.
Absolutely, a big the New Year's Eve here.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's going to be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah,
down
it'll be
there.
fun. It'll be
Big plans, huh?
Oh yeah, we got 4 DJs. We got the Vibes Band again.
Holy
that's
And
good.
so that'll be good.
So-
And hopefully it's not too cold because people seem to enjoy New Year's on the roof. So we'll probably do that again.
Yeah, so I mean,
Well-
there you go, man.
Well, it is a little bit cooler than it normally is.
Yeah.
Because I remember one of the reasons I moved down here is because I saw 70-degree temperatures in December.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a guy, once again, that I follow up on YouTube talking about the weather, saying there's another batch of cold air that's going to come down from the north. So we'll get to 60 degrees tomorrow. And then after that, it's going to cool down a little bit again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little tough on the place just because people aren't so used to it here. But once they get used to it.
Well, here's and I'll tell everybody here right now. One of the cool things about coming over here to the Amador and being out on the patio and everything else is like that. You guys make sure that everybody's taken care of. You got your heaters out here that'll keep everybody warm. So even if you are, coming out for a great dinner or to hang out with some friends, grab a few drinks right there, you can come out. You can still come out onto the patio and enjoy the evening, because I got to tell you right now, it's not actually that cold here yet. We had the heaters on; it would be nice and comfortable, but it's not that cold. But being out here on the patio, especially with that sunset that we just had.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those oranges were in the air tonight, and it looked gorgeous at about that time. So yeah, come on out over to the Amador Live Eatery and Entertainment District. You guys got some great specials, drink specials. You got the lunch specials going now too.
Yeah, we started getting the lunch menu out, and just follow it on AmadorLive.com. You'll see all they're pumping them out so fast now. I can't keep up with them that quick. But
Yeah,
there's a lot of good ones coming, and
then you've got I know you've got your monthly special right now, which is still that pork loin with the homemade stuffing. It's really good.
Yeah,
I had
it's
it a couple of weeks ago, and
Wow.
I was almost considering ordering it tonight just so I could take it home
or
and
the
enjoy it.
spaghetti squash, so you don't have
there
to fill
you go.
yourself up.
Holy-
Because the next couple of days is going to be stuff.
I gotta get over here soon.
Well, like I said, we got a little thing going on over at the station. It's gobble up all your food, gobble till you wobble. So you just eat until
I'm doing that, man.
and then you just wobble over to the couch and you turn on the football and you're
Gobble
you're
till you
golden.
wobble. I don't know about that.
We're gonna patent it. That's gonna be our theme for
That's
the next
awesome.
few years.
That's so
We're
cool.
gonna go ahead and get that done right there. So yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
I might even you can talk to Lindsay about using that one later, Mike. But yeah, I mean, this time of year, I'm sure it's going to get really, really busy for you. It's going to get pretty awesome at the fact because, I mean, this season will start off with the parade, and then of course, next week we talk selection.
Yeah.
After that, you're going until the game goes, and then you enjoy the game, make sure everything's working good, and then I'm sure day one right after the game, start all over again.
Oh yeah, I mean, and it's you say we start this with the parade, but actually last week we actually had an art show.
Oh, an
we
art
put
show.
Yeah,
The
I'm telling you, this is a year-round thing that we do.
Okay, see, you said art show, and all of a sudden I pictured in my head as Tony the Tiger doing art.
No, this is a different sponsor for this event.
Oh no, what
The International Museum of Art sponsors that event.
Oh,
So it's
that's
the
awesome.
International Museum of Art Sun Bowl art exhibit.
That's cool. I still
Yeah.
think you should get Tony in there to maybe practice his art.
Right? That'd be cool to do some coloring or something, you know what I mean? But oh my gosh, again, our Facebook page has all the pictures and the artists that submit their art. Oh my goodness, we have unbelievable artists in this area.
How many different events do you go through a year?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. We go to at least 15, I think.
15 events.
Oh,
So
yeah. We have
every
a volunteer party in the summer
Oh, there you go.
because we have so many volunteers for all our events. We want to make sure to treat them the way we should.
Absolutely. So
You know what I mean?
15 events a year. So basically every month you've got something going on.
Well,
Sometimes twice a month, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here is our heavy. This is where our heavy part is. So a lot of it happens towards the end, but there's some things that go on. Like we have it's called a charm camp, where
Oh,
we
what is that?
have at risk or middle schoolers
Mm.
come in, and we give presentations with these wonderful women from around the borderland, and give lessons on etiquette, give lessons on how to do interviews, lessons on how to dress for an interview, whatever it may be. And so there's various community events. It does not stop for us.
And I guess I'm going to stop leaning in right there. And I guess that is all about what the Sun Bowl Association does, because the Sun Bowl Association, yes, there is the Sun Bowl game
Yes,
that happens every year.
that is our main event.
That is your main there, but
Yes.
it is the Sun Bowl Association
Yes.
that gets all of this stuff
Oh,
done
yeah.
right there. So it's the game, it's the parade, it's the art show, it's the camp, it's all of these different things that you're doing throughout the year that a lot of people can volunteer for and help
Yes.
out if they if they want, if they've got the time to go ahead and get that done.
Oh yeah.
And all of that information on your Facebook page and obviously on your website.
Go to our website, yes, sunbowl.org, and you'll see all the events there. If you want to see some videos, you can go to our Facebook page to see for example, More Than a Game video that one of my interns created. We also have it up on YouTube. You're a YouTube guy.
Yeah.
Type in Sun Bowl Association, look for our YouTube page, and you'll see some videos there. You'll be like, wow, they do all this?
Yeah, well, that's suddenly in my brain. It's just clicking right now. Suddenly in my brain, it just clicked that, Eddie, you don't just work that 1 week a year,
Yeah.
for the game. You don't just work that one thing for the Sun Bowl game. You work all year round
Yeah.
in everything that you do.
Oh yeah.
So you're a busy guy.
I'm and then on the side I do statistics for both New Mexico State and UTEP, and then I also do game day stuff for the El Paso Chihuahuas.
Wow.
So I never stop.
You never stop.
I really don't ever stop.
Actually,
Remember, earlier when I was like, I gotta
Yeah.
go. This is why.
there was a.
And then that was my fault.
I'm not going to give anything away
Yeah.
out here, but Eddie showed up an hour early, thinking that we started up at 5:00 instead of 6:00, and then realized he had a meeting, and then set his box of goodies down, looked at his phone, and went
Exactly.
and then walked away. I didn't see him for another hour. I'm going like, I don't know. He's probably on a Zoom call in his car or something like that.
I made it back on time.
You made it back on time, and definitely to get all the information right there. But that's the beauty about what you do, and the stuff that I get to do with the radio station or something else like that.
Yeah.
There's always a curveball that comes your way. There's always something that comes up at the last minute, and you deal with it and you do with it, and which is why everybody knows that you're the right guy for the job.
Well,
right?
I appreciate that.
Just going to go ahead and say that
very much.
what you do is not easy.
I thank you for saying that, because sometimes it's not. And I gotta ask you, keep on talking about the radio stations here.
Mhm.
Is these are the same radio stations that the New Mexico State games are on, correct?
No.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. I didn't know that. You kept talking about radio. And
Yeah, well, these are our radio stations here, Adams Radio Group, and of course, Mesilla Valley News and Mesilla Valley News Sports is associated with Adams Radio Group.
Okay.
So, KGRT Classic Rock 98.7, cool oldies.
Nice.
By the way, if you love your Christmas music, get ready. Cool Christmas is
Well, I
definitely
like
coming
Cool
your way.
Oldie. I listen to this a lot. 104.5.
Yeah,
I listen to that a lot.
yeah, and that's one of the ones that we do. And I'll give you a little preview. Every year, when Christmas time comes around, something happens. Something strange happens to our airwaves.
Yeah.
Cool oldies 104.5 and AM
Okay.
570. It's like the Santa Claus and his Christmas elves come in and take
over
Yeah,
24/7
24/7
till the
Yeah.
26th or something.
Something magically happens, and it's no longer cool oldies. It's cool Christmas. I'm just giving you a heads up that could be coming in the next few days. It
Christmas.
could be on the way. I'm not sure, but I don't like to skip ahead on my holidays.
Yeah.
I'm doing Thanksgiving, and then right after Thanksgiving, then I'll worry about Christmas, and then
Yeah.
1 week before Christmas, I'll worry about Christmas shopping. That's just how I do it.
Hey, good for
That's
you.
how I do
I
it.
think that's how
I
it
got
should
a
be
system.
done.
I got a system.
I'm
right
with you on that
Yeah.
system. That we were just having a good argument. My interns, all of us were talking about that same thing. Wait, Christmas music was playing. We're like, wait, we got to get through Thanksgiving first.
And this is the one thing. I think back in, was it August, September, November? Okay, yeah, like earlier, like 3 months ago, and they were talking about how Christmas trees were being sold in like some of the big box stores and everything else like that, and
Yeah.
it blew my mind. But then there are a lot of people that say, okay, I'll buy the Christmas tree, and then I'll turn it into a Halloween tree. and then I'll turn it into a Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I'm going like, how do you when I heard about the holiday Thanksgiving or fall tree,
Yeah.
I'm going like, how do you decorate a tree? You just put different colored leaves on it? Is it
Yeah.
like, I mean, what would you do for the fall right there?
Right.
But there are people apparently that are doing that, and so you know, you can have your Halloween tree, just throw little black cats as ornaments on that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about these things. Like I said, I like to keep my holidays separate, just like I like to keep my peas and my carrots and my mashed potatoes separate.
You're not a mixer.
I'm not.
You're not a mixer.
Honestly, I am a mixer when it comes to that, but I do like to keep my holidays separate. I do like to keep my holidays separate.
That's so awesome. I'm right there with you, though, to be honest.
But I don't know. Somehow we got started talking about holidays and everything else like that, but that's fine. But you know, there's so much going on with this. I mean, is there anything that we missed that's coming up with the Sun Bowl?
Yes, one thing that I need to make sure again is again, our game's on December the 30th, the night before the game in downtown El Paso at the convention center. There's another event. This one's called the Fan Fiesta. And this is where they'll have live music. There'll be a band there. But with the other bands, there's going to be a battle of the bands.
A battle of the bands.
The battle of the bands will include both schools' bands coming in. They'll march on in. I think they even do a small parade to get into the convention center.
Oh, that's cool.
Unfortunately,
so we're talking about the school bands that are going to be playing. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so they come and then they like stand across from each other, and then one band plays and does some stuff, and then the other band comes in and plays and does their thing, and you know, then the fans will cheer one way or the other, and it's a fun event, and
then right in the middle a dance battle break. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, they used to. They did for a couple of years. They started doing a drumline battle.
Oh wow!
After that, so they would do the battle of the bands, and then they had
the
drumline battle as well. But it started becoming too long of a thing where it took away from the other things going on. Which we had to just make adjustments, of course. And, you know, these are things that we learn over the years.
Yeah.
And there's vendors there, and it's free to get into. Mm-hmm. So, you know, if you want a burrito or whatever they serve there, you know, you can buy your own burritos and hot chocolate and all that good stuff. And it's downtown where the right across the street from where the plaza's at and the ice skating rink. There's an ice skating rink down there right now. And it's a great opportunity to see it's beautiful. The setup, lights.
I can imagine that, like you said, you're getting ready for the game. Everybody's pumped up about the game. And that night before, you know, maybe feeling a little bit antsy. Go out there, have a good time. I mean, it does have two of my favorite words, which is fan and fest.
There you go.
There, you know.
There you go.
Oh, and also free, which is one of the.
There you go.
That's always a plus right there. But yeah, it sounds like a great evening to get out. Battle of the bands. Maybe I don't know. Is anybody keeping your stats, guys? Anybody keeping statistics on which band wins and which team wins?
Unfortunately, I haven't been able to be a part of that to keep any stats because I'm always at the press box while that's going on. I'm up in the press box setting up.
I understand the feeling.
Setting up the night before. You know, I would love to be down at the Fan Fiesta because I'm telling you, people rant and rave about that thing like no other. I mean, I'm always like, oh man, you're gonna get to have fun.
And I'm sure that throughout the week you'll also have certain little events.
Yeah, there's another one that I definitely want to mention is the Top Golf event put on by the East Side El Paso Rotary Club, and the Top Golf event is the only event where fans can interact with the players of the teams.
Mm-hmm.
So the teams will come in, and if you want to interact with them, well, you gotta purchase a bay so that you can play the Top Golf game with. You know, players from the teams.
That's cool. And my son just recently did Top Golf up in Albuquerque.
Oh, okay.
And he said it was pretty. He's not a golf guy, but he said it was a whole lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun for anybody. If you're not a golfer, if you are a golfer, either way. I mean, we go out. We've been out a few times, you know, over the past few years as a staff, you know, and we enjoy it. And not. Well, my boss, Bernie Olivas, is a really big-time golfer.
Oh, is he? So he probably really enjoys it.
Huge golfer. I mean, and then the rest of us, I mean, like myself, I only play when I can, and that's not very much. So that should say something.
I've only played once. So that's an actual game. I mean, I've hit a few balls, but I've actually played one game once. And it wasn't pretty. It was not pretty. But see, that's what I figured. You know, when Max said that, you know, all of the events and everything that comes down for the week and the players are getting.
Yeah, you know, he was talking about one that I was thinking of as he was talking was the team arrivals.
Yeah.
When they get off the plane, and there's mariachis, and there's folklorico dancers, and
you give them that El Paso welcome.
Yeah, give them the El Paso welcome, and there's a lot of fans that go out during that time because that's probably your best bet to get an autograph, especially if year after year we have NFL draftees.
Well, you showed the stats on your poster, right?
Yeah, they're on there.
Yeah. What was it? 1,300. I was trying to remember what it said. 1,300 NFL draft picks, 128 first-round draft picks, 103 consensus All-Americans, 80 different teams, 51 College Football Hall of Fame inductees, 3 Heisman winners as well, and of course, it's all part of one bowl game.
There it is.
That is the Tony the Tiger Sun
There
Bowl.
you go, man. And you're like 3 Heisman winners. What?
No,
can you think of one?
I cannot think of one right now. I was trying to remember. One was just recent, wasn't it? Fairly recently.
He bailed on us. If that's the way you're thinking, because that was one of my most memorable, and I won't say memorable in a good sense, moments of this career with the bowl game, because my phone started ringing at about 6 a.m. From journalists from across the country trying to find out whether or not Christian McCaffrey was going to play, and if he wasn't going to play, what were we going to do about it? And if all the various questions.
But there's not much that you can do.
We couldn't do anything about it.
Nothing. That's it. Yeah,
that's it. We could not do it. And, but anyways, like I said, it was just my phone was blowing up at 6 in the morning.
Nobody wants a phone call at 6 a.m. It's like, what?
Well, especially one that's going to say, hey, you're the person that's going to sell the most tickets for your game is not going to play.
Yeah.
That's not what I wanted to wake up to. But let me give you one of them. The one that I was thinking of when I said, can you think of one of them? Barry Sanders.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. I didn't know.
Oklahoma State.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Those are old days.
Those are the old days. Now, you have to remember, like, I love sports. I love talking about sports, but I do not have the sports brain that some people have.
Yeah.
The sports brain where you ask somebody a question and they name off the year, the time, the player, the location of the stars at the time that game happened, stuff like that. I do not have that brain.
Are special people.
Yeah, and all I know is if I go to a game, I go, "Oh, Sun Bowl, good game, had fun." Lots of cool food in the concession stands, that kind of thing.
Rihanna at halftime.
Exactly. Different things like that. Those
Guinness Book of World Records for the most people doing the YMCA at one time. Do you know we hold that?
I did not know you held that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The Sun Bowl has the Guinness Book of World Records. They tried to break it last year in New York City at the New Year's Eve bash.
Oh, but
they tried to. They couldn't. They didn't do it.
They didn't do it.
Yeah, I don't know how they failed, but they didn't break our record. So
it's that one guy that was in the corner that didn't do his Y correctly. And the Guinness committee is very picky on that. You have to follow rules, and you have to make sure.
And we had to do that. We had to take an unbelievable amount of pictures, and we had to give video.
Yep.
And we had to give the numbers with ticket numbers and all these different things.
I saw a Guinness World Record for the largest cotton candy sculpture.
Oh.
And one of the rules is for the cotton candy sculpture is it had to be edible. So once they built it, they actually had to tear it apart and give pieces away so everybody could eat it, and it had to be eaten.
Oh,
and it had to be eaten in a certain amount of time. So I can imagine that they spun this whole thing, they made the structure, and then a bunch of highly sugared people were running around like that. But yeah, that was part of the rules because the Guinness Committee is very picky on that, and I can only imagine what you had to do to get verified for that record.
I was looking at the files not too long ago of what had to be done, and it's a huge stack of photos.
I'm not surprised, yeah.
Okay, and then I saw the emails, and it was just so much back and forth, you know what I mean? Oh, well, you do this, do that.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody did their part, and now the Sun Bowl is the holder of a Guinness Book of World Records for the most people doing the YMCA at one time.
That's cool.
Yeah, and did you know we are the first bowl game to ever have? We were talking about sponsorships.
Yeah,
we're the first bowl game to ever have a title sponsor.
Oh, so it's your fault. I'm just kidding.
We were ahead of the game. It was our fault for being ahead of the game. But I mean, now we need to get back up there again with the rest of them. You know what I mean? As
Yeah.
far as monies go.
Oh, come on. Tony's got to help out.
Yo,
right?
he helps out big time.
I'm sure
Tony is helping out big time.
I'm sure Kellogg's got that money. Tony's helping out pretty big time
They're
as far as
helping out
sponsorships.
huge right now.
How long do those sponsorships usually last? As long as they
It
want
varies. It varies. So like right now we're with Tony the Tiger and Kellogg's till I think we got one more year after this.
Okay.
And
Do
then we'll revisit.
do they have the right of refusal too? Or the option to,
now that part I don't know those details.
Okay,
But I do know. I mean, right now everything is good. I mean, they're very happy with the partnership that we got going on. So hopefully that continues. And when the thing needs to be revisited, they'll be happy.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Maybe we can bring some of the other Kellogg's guys in there.
All of them, right?
Yeah, all of them. I'd like to see the frog in there. With the helmet on there.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Do they even sell Sugar Smacks anymore?
I don't have no idea,
no
to be honest. We do have a ton of Kellogg's Frosted Flakes at our office, though. Chocolate, strawberry, regular, the cups, the big boxes.
All right, next time you come, I want a box.
I will help you out.
I want a box of
I will
chocolate Frosted Flakes.
I will definitely bring you a box.
And we will not tell my doctor about that one at all. They want me to stay away from the sugar, so that we won't tell my doctor about that. There's no video. Oh, the camera. Something happened with the camber. We will have no video evidence of that.
It wasn't me, people. It was
not Eddie. Okay, so as we kind of wrap up here, we're just going to go ahead and remind everybody for this week, of course, the parade is happening 10 o'clock in the morning.
10 a.m. Glasheen Valles and Intermittent Injury Lawyers Sun Bowl Parade, 10 a.m. Montana Avenue from Ochoa to Copia. Free to the public. If you want to sit in a grandstand area, you can, and you got to buy tickets for that, $10 a pop over at Vista Markets all around El Paso. Again, Thursday, Thanksgiving morning, 10 a.m. If you can't make it out there, it'll be on TV, KTSM TV.
Okay, and so you can bundle up because it's going to be chilly in those mornings for sure. And then, of course, we've got Selection Sunday coming up on the 4th.
That is December the 4th, Sunland Park Racetrack. Yes,
okay.
That's also free and open to the public.
Okay, and anything in between then and FanFest?
In between that, we got our West Star Don Haskins Sun Bowl Invitational, December the 21st and 22nd. That'll be in the Don Haskins Center. First time since 1961 that the New Mexico State Aggies are playing in this tournament.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun.
fun.
I'm sure there are a lot of people that can just look forward to some really good competition those days. And, of course, for the week of the Sun Bowl, you'll have various events, including the Fan Fest the night before.
Yep.
Battle of the Bands.
Yep.
That sounds like a whole lot of fun to get the family out, enjoy some food, enjoy some music, and get out there and enjoy that. And then, of course, Sun Bowl.
Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, Friday, December 30th. Get your tickets by calling 915-533-4416. Kickoff set for noon. And it'll be on CBS once again.
Absolutely. And once again, it is on a Friday. I'm not saying that you could be developing a little tickle in your throat at about that time. That's up to you. Or like we said, you've got plenty of time. Just ask for the day off.
There you go.
Ask for the day off. They're going to give you the 30th off because, the next day is New Year's Eve. The next day is New Year's Day.
There you go.
Show up on Monday and you'll be fine. Okay. But make your plans to head over to the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. And once again, when we find out those teams, maybe we'll just have you stop by real quick, let us know, and remind us everything about who's going to be playing and what's going to be going on with that.
That could work.
But Eddie, thanks a lot. Always great to talk with you.
Man.
And,
this was awesome. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate this.
We'll talk about the toys and stuff a little bit later on and all that. But it's always good to have Eddie in, and as always good to talk about the Sun Bowl, which is going to be coming up. But thanks a lot for hanging out with us, and thanks a lot for every week joining us here on Mesilla Valley News Sports Podcast, because every week we come your way live 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Eddie, just wanted to throw that
I got it now. I got it.
You got it. Yeah,
that's how I learned my lessons the hard way.
Gotta learn them somehow.
Yeah.
6 p.m. every week, every Tuesday, here live at the patio at the Amador Live Eatery and Entertainment District. So until next week, we will see you. Enjoy your week, and happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.